The real truth about specific person desires. Part 2. Well, hello beautiful souls. The last video about specific person desires absolutely took off. Over 100,000 views and climbing. But with it came some brilliant questions and, let's be honest, some rather passionate disagreements. So today we're diving deeper into what SP work is really about, because there's a deeper layer to explore here. I set this channel up to help bridge the most complex but brilliant spiritual knowledge into bite-sized, digestible points. I always say, if you stay to the end, to use your discernment. SPs is a big topic with many layers to it, so in hindsight, maybe not a great one to put into a bite-sized video. Haha. Anyways, let's address some of the most common questions that came up. Firstly, lots of the comments questioning. Didn't watch the entire video where their points were answered, but some questions I will answer today. Several comments mentioned feeling confused about the message, saying it seemed contradictory that the video suggested you can have them, but then mentioned maybe someone else would show up instead. Here's the deeper truth. When there's an authentic desire for someone, the universe always responds. But the response might be that exact person, or it might be something even better that couldn't have been imagined. For example, if you saw a house you loved and then went about manifesting it, then just before you put an offer in, the house next door goes on sale. That's even better. You wouldn't rule that out, would you? You could still go with the original house or view and then decide on the other. Nothing has been lost, only gained. Now, some mentioned that these videos might be feeding people's delusions. This brings up something important to understand. Real manifestation work doesn't create more attachment. It creates more peace. If content about specific persons is creating more obsession, more anxiety, more constant checking of social media, then the approach might be coming from ego rather than source energy. Many asked, why don't they fancy me back? Why don't they show it? They're married, they're not available. This is where honesty becomes crucial. If someone isn't showing interest, if they're committed elsewhere, if they're giving clear signals that they're not available, that's valuable information. The universe communicates through circumstances, not just through desires. Someone brilliantly asked, is this just trauma bonding? And honestly, sometimes it can be. If a soul connection with someone involves drama, unavailability, hot and cold behaviour, or feeling constantly anxious about where things stand, that might not be cosmic love, but rather the nervous system being triggered by familiar patterns. Then there was the Angelina Jolie question. If this is real, why can't someone manifest being with Angelina Jolie? Well, theoretically, anything is possible in an infinite universe. But here's the thing. Without actually knowing Angelina, without having met her, the attraction might be to an image, a fantasy, a projection of what she represents rather than authentic soul recognition. Another comment mentioned limerence, that obsessive, intrusive thinking about someone where functioning properly becomes difficult. This is crucial to understand. Limerence isn't love, and it's definitely not spiritual connection. Limerence is the nervous system in dysregulation, often triggered by someone who's emotionally unavailable. If thinking about a specific person creates agitation rather than peace, that's not alignment. That's something else entirely. Here's what became clear from reading the comments. Many people seem to be holding on to these connections with such intensity, as if entire happiness depends on one person choosing them. And that intensity, that's exactly what can block manifestation, and, more importantly, block personal joy. The real gift of SP work isn't getting the person, it's releasing the need for the person. When manifestation is truly understood, it becomes clear that happiness, completeness, and sense of worth can never depend on another person's choices. It's possible to desire someone and simultaneously be completely okay if it doesn't happen. That's the difference between healthy manifestation and using spirituality to avoid inner work. Here's a truth that might feel challenging. If genuine happiness without this specific person seems impossible to imagine, then readiness for a healthy relationship with them or anyone else might not be there yet. Looking for someone to complete, heal, or validate isn't love. It's dependency dressed up in spiritual language. Real SP work looks like this. There's this beautiful desire for connection with this person. The focus will be on living magnificently, growing personally, and trusting that if this connection is meant to be, the universe will orchestrate it perfectly. And if not, something even better is coming. The paradox is this: the moment there's genuine release of needing them, magnetism increases. Not just to them, but to love in all its forms. When someone is whole, happy, and complete on their own, they attract people who are also whole, happy, and complete. And those are the relationships that actually flourish. If a specific person isn't showing up, isn't available, isn't interested, that's not the universe being cruel. That's protection from settling for less than what's deserved. Sometimes what we think we want isn't what the soul actually needs for growth. So here's a challenge for everyone watching. For the next 30 days, focus entirely on personal life, joy, dreams, and goals. Stop checking their social media. Stop analysing every interaction. Stop looking for signs. Instead, become so engaged in creating an amazing life that there's almost no memory of waiting for anyone. The most attractive energy in the world isn't neediness disguised as spirituality. It's someone who's genuinely happy with their own life and would love to share it with the right person, but doesn't need to for completion. If a specific person is meant to be part of the journey, they'll show up when everyone's ready. If they are not, letting go creates space for something infinitely better to arrive. Either way, there's victory. But only when happiness isn't conditional on someone else's choices. That's the real lesson in all of this. Not how to get someone to want you, but how to want yourself enough that external validation isn't needed to feel complete. Thank you so much for watching. These videos are made as a guide to help you reconnect with the truth you already know. Take what resonates within you and release the rest. You will know your own truth. Trust it. Please let us know in the comments how you feel. Had any epiphanies? Follow the page for more content and even the chance to ask your own questions. Until next time, keep being amazing, and we shall see you soon.